So it's time to take all of this work that you've done so far and finally put pen to paper and start writing your script. So maybe you're feeling a little nervous or a little anxious, which is a-okay. You're not alone. I want you to hold on to the idea that what's most important right now is to just start. This will be a drafting process. You will start with something and you will scratch things out and you will rewrite them, and that will be true for everyone across the board. The most important thing is that you just start. So I'm gonna talk about just a brief outlining process that you can use to tell your story, but know that this is gonna look different for everybody because their story is gonna be a little bit different. And the process, the writing process, the drafting process, how you create this and pull this out of yourself is going to be unique to you. So you don't need to worry about doing it wrong or right. As long as you're doing it, as long as you're starting, that's all that matters. So step one is going to be your introduction. And just like junior high English teachers used to tell us with our 5-paragraph essays, this is where you introduce everything. You introduce your characters, your setting, and you start to introduce the problem. So you're going to use this section to talk about the who, the what, the when, and the where. Then you're going to move into step 2, which is the body. And here in the body, you're going to talk more about that problem or conflict, which remember is the thing that your business is solving. And then you're going to talk about the solution, which is you and your business and whatever you're doing. That's true for everybody across the board. Then you're going to move into your conclusion, which will be a summary and where you solve this problem. You will make it crystal clear to your audience what the solution to their problem or the conflict is. Remember, that's you. And then you'll move into step 4, which I think is the most important and the most often forgot, which is the call to action. So you need a clear and concise call to action, and you need to let your audience know, this is what I need you to do for me next. This is how you can support me next. This is how I can solve your problem next. This isn't a time for fluffy words or anything like that. If you want them to buy something, then tell them how to. If you want them to come into your store, then tell them how to. If you want them to visit a website or call a phone number, then tell them how to. It's really pretty simple. So go ahead and start writing your draft and see what comes about. Taking all the time that you need to figure out what flows best. And then maybe start to read it out loud, because you will be reading these on camera. You'll want to make sure that it sounds natural for you. So if there's any words that you wrote or phrases that just don't sound natural coming out of your mouth, then go ahead and tweak those and find what feels right for you. And then start to have an understanding that maybe this script that you just wrote is more of a guideline, kind of a roadmap for you to follow and wander about as soon as you start recording. And it won't be a word-for-word memorized monologue necessarily, and that is just fine.